Hello everybody, Alex here with another episode for you guys in my YouTube series, Proverbs, God's Encouragement for You, where we read through all of Proverbs and see what encouragements God has put in for us. So without further ado, let's get started and open it up. So today we are going to be looking at chapter 23 of Proverbs, starting in verse 1 if you guys want to follow along with me. Awesome. For references, I am using the ESV version of the Bible. If you guys like to follow along with me in that version, if you have a different version that you are using, that is totally okay as well. So, starting in verse 1 of chapter 23, it says here, "When you sit down to eat with the ruler, observe carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are given to appetite. Do not desire its delicacies, for they are deceptive food. Do not toil to acquire wealth. Be discerning enough to desist. When your eyes light on it, it is gone. For suddenly it sprouts wings, flying like an eagle towards heaven. Do not eat the bread of a man who is stingy. Do not desire his delicacies. For he is like one who is inwardly calculating. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the morsels that you have eaten and waste your pleasant words. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the good sense in your words. Do not move on an ancient landmark or enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong. He will plead their cause against you. Apply your heart to instruction and your ear to words of knowledge." So I want to stop there real quick with verse 12. As we can see, they're using an analogy of some sort of us wanting to stay away from deceptive behavior and deceptive people. And like what it says in verse 12, apply your heart to instruction and your ear to words of knowledge. So we see here that they're using this way of saying that they're bringing people who are going to try to make you turn away from what's doing right. And you need to be discerning of people who you should be around and people who are wanting to turn you away from what's right. So be very careful of that. Verse 13, "Do not withhold discipline from a child, and if you strike him with a rod, he will not die. If you strike him with a rod, you will save his soul from Sheol." Now, this is a big one. I mentioned this in the previous chapter because they mentioned about how discipline is a very biblical thing. How we use discipline is to our discretion, but we must be very careful about it because a lot of people will take certain ways of discipline very harshly. There are a lot of people believe, and this is talking about like spanking, and that spanking is considered child abuse, but it is not. When you do it out of anger, yes, it is child abuse, but when you're doing it out of love to teach a child a lesson, to help them not to do the same mistake again, it is not. It is teaching them to do what's right. Make sure not to make the same mistake. In this case, saving them from hell in a way. Because this also helps them not to build physically, but also spiritually what to do. So this is like taking it from a grain of salt. Be very careful how you interpret this, but I truly believe is talking about biblical disciplinary actions of how to keep your child away from trouble. So, verse 15. "My son, if you hear your heart is wise, my heart too will be glad. My inmost being will exult. When your lips speak what is right, my inmost being will exult when your lips speak what is right. Let not your heart envy sinners, but continue in the fear of the Lord all day. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way. Be not among drunkards or among gluttonous eaters of meat, for the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty and slumber with clothes from the rags." Once again, in this part of the chapter, it's talking about just staying away from people who will turn you away wrongly and turn you away into a path that is away from God. Some people, this can be taken literally. This can be taken metaphorically. It can be taken in a lot of ways. But in the big sense of the picture, just saying, make wise decisions. Stay away from people that will cause you harm, spiritually and physically. Verse 22. "Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy truth and do not sell it, but by wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Once again, we mentioned this in a lot of the other verses, talking about how we should seek wisdom and counsel from other people who have lived life longer than us, from your parents, from older friends, from grandparents, people who can help you to live a life full of wisdom and safety and just making smart decisions. And it's so smart to do that. It's help you to make wiser decisions along your life too. I definitely encourage you guys to do that. Ask your parents, ask your grandparents about things that they learn that they could carry down to you. And one day that's going to be you to your kids and your grandkids as well. Verse 24. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice. He who fathers a wise son will be glad in him. Let your father and mother be glad. Let her who bore you rejoice. My son, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways. For a prostitute is a deep pit, an adulteress is a narrow well. She lies in wait like a robber, increases the traitors among mankind. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has strife? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those who tarry along over wine, those who go to try mixed wine. Do not look at wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup and goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a serpent and stings like an adder. Your eyes will see strange things. Let your heart utter perverse things. You will be like one who lies down in the midst of the sea, like one who lies on the top of a mast. They struck me, you will say, but I was not hurt. They beat me, but I did not feel it. When shall I awake? So we see in this last part, it is talking about staying away from sexual temptation and how it can be, it's very deceiving and can be perceptive as something that your body wants or needs. But in the long run, very much stay away from it. It is dangerous, especially for someone who is in a relationship. It is very, very dangerous. And Satan will use everything in his power to lie and deceive you to fall into that path. Biggest thing, stay away from that. If you see something that you know in the bottom of your heart is wrong, listen to it. It is not right. Stay away from it, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff. God wants the best for us, and Satan will try to turn us away from that. So that is all I have for you guys for chapter 23 of Proverbs. I hope this has been an encouragement for you guys. I know this has been a very big encouragement for me. If you guys love these videos, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. And then if you guys would like to send me your comments or write any comments of any ideas or what you guys think of it, I would love the encouragement and love the feedback from you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. God bless you guys.